Good morning. I'm going to read this morning because let me tell you something. Let me tell you how much I think of the children. I was up at 4:30 this morning. I didn't know who was going to be here to feed the lambs, but I said, you know what? I want to give you all something good today. I got a story for you. But it's coming from the book of Esther. Okay? You all don't know who Esther is, but I'm going to tie all this together real quick. And if I had a message, a topic for this sermon today, it would be God created you for a purpose.
All right.
Does that go?
Yes.
And I'm going to talk about Esther. From an orphan to a queen. That's what you was. And when you get home, I need you all to see that Sister Dixon is right with what she's talking about. I need you to read it or get your parents to read it to you. And I got a verse. And it's going to all tie in. Esther 4:14 in the B clause says, and who knows but that you have come to royal position for such a time as this. Which means that you can be a hellion. You can skip school. You can be on the corner with anybody. But God knows you. He knew you when you were in your mother's womb. Am I right about it, missionary?
Right about it.
He knows every hair on your head. I said Esther was an orphan, but she later became queen. Which means that you may have been a school dropout, but you might be the next president.
All right.
God created you for a purpose. He made each of us unique and knows what we like and what we don't like. He knows everything about us. And sometimes, you know, we live in a world that sometimes make us think that we aren't special because we are not popular. We're not pretty or athletic or as smart as others. Our value to God isn't based on any of those things.
Amen. That's right.
He loves us because he created us and placed us in this world for a purpose. His purpose for placing us, where's my little Bible? His purpose for placing each one of us on this earth is to glorify him and enjoy him forever. We glorify God when we live. You know something, I want to go off of this paper and I want to just talk to you. That's why this paper's getting in my way. Sometimes it's not good to type out stuff. It's something you know you need to speak from your heart. But I wrote this so that you could understand it. He loves us because he created us and placed us in this world for a purpose. His purpose for placing each one of us on this earth is to glorify him and enjoy him forever. We glorify God when we live a life that pleases him and points others to him. When we live that kind of life, we will enjoy God and all the blessings that come from him. Because God's purpose for each of us is to glorify him and enjoy him forever, he has given each of us a gift. Gifts of talent that we can use to help others see that God exists and want them to be a part of his family too. Sometimes we know clearly what our gifts and talents are and how God wants to use us in this life. Other times we may not know what our gift and purpose in this life is. I bet you if anybody would ask Pastor, I'm going to put you on the spot. 30 years ago, if somebody had asked you or had told you that you would be a founder of a ministry and leading a people, what would you have told them? Keep it clean, keep it nice. What would you have said if somebody had told you that 30 years ago?
Not me. I couldn't see myself doing it. Amen.
Minister Kohler.
Yeah.
All right now.
If somebody had told you,
You know I was been told that you got the wrong one.
if somebody tells you today, my sweet goddaughter, that in the next 10 years you will be evangelizing and going all around the world.
I believe it.
Right now, what would you say? Let me see what you would say. What's on your heart? What would you say? See, I knew I should have. I knew you should have. I knew I should have asked her that over there. But that's right. You see, sometimes, like I said, He knows. Because God's purpose is for each of us to glorify Him. Now, He has given us gifts or talents that we can use to help others see that God exists and want them to be a part of His family. Sometimes we know clearly, like my God baby. Sometimes we know clearly what our gifts and talents are and how God wants to use us in this life. Other times we may not know what our gift and purpose is. Now look at this box. Nice old wrapped up box. Do I know what's in it? Do you know what's in it? How can we tell what's in this box?
Yeah.
Taking the wrappers off. Take the top off of it to see what's in the box. Our lives are like this unopened present. We have received a present, but we don't know exactly what is inside until we take the wrapping paper off the present. As each of us walk with God by faith, day by day, obeying His word, He begins to prepare us for what is inside that present. In God's perfect time, just like in this time that pastor is now the founder of a ministry and leading the people. Just like Queen Esther was an orphan and how she went through with Mordecai and how they didn't know that she was a Jew. But such a time as He purposed, she saved her people. At such a time that God purposed in pastor's life, in such a time, she's our pastor. As each of us walk with God by faith, day by day, obeying His word, He begins to prepare us for what is inside that present. And in God's perfect time, He allows the wrapping on the gift we have to come off. And He allows us to see what the talent or what the ability for serving Him will do. Whether we know what gift has given us or not, we are to live a faithful and obedient life that pleases God. Because even though we might not feel like we have a purpose and are not useful to God, He sees all that is going on around us. He knows how your life will affect the people around you. We all influence the lives of others around us. Whether it's your brother, your sister, or your classmates, there is someone who's affected by the way you live your life. The question I'm asking you today, and the question you need to think about this morning is, are you influencing people to want to know God and live for Him? Or are you influencing people to disobey and rebel against God? Give you something to think about. Amen. Let me see.